I'ma keep flipping my, I'ma keep flipping my pockets getting money. 10 toes, 10 toes. I'ma keep flipping my pockets getting money. I'ma keep flipping my keeping it coming. We keeping that shit coming. I'ma keep flipping my packs getting hundred. If you talking money, we keeping it coming. Brody be chopping shit, really be gunning. He known to keep it shit like it's from Russians. He told a bitch that he looking for me. I'ma just keep a gun cause I ain't running. Pulling up on the street, I'm about to crush him. Say this beef in the air, nigga, you lunching. Niggas ain't even prepared, niggas just bluffing. Tryna bag me a nigga for touching my cousin. I'm faking like shit, he was clutching on nothing. I really seen shit that could put niggas under. Walk in the classroom, smelling like thunder. And this bitch tryna fuck, gave me more than her number. Ducking the feds, I ain't ducking no other. Pass me the ball and watch me hit the buzzer. Me and bro solid, we ain't saying nothing. Niggas talking too much, I can't speak for the others. He get the tip and telling on my brother. Found out who did it, niggas bout to bust him. Play with lil' bro, we pressed him, it was nothing. We in that high speed going 100. He fast as shit when that stick started dumping. Told you he slid, he lied like shit. Bro say he got a 40 with a switch. He tryna slide on niggas in a fish. Gucci my shoes, don't got no Gucci stick. Cartier frames, I need some Louis fit. I'm not Ryan Light, I need some Dr. Tex. Talk out your neck, that's how you get hit. Young niggas geeking, tryna hold the stick. You really soft when you ain't with your man. Got caught by myself, I'm standing on 10. Crashed one time, ain't doing that again. Knew he was grimy, why you let him in? Spared the little nigga cause he was my friend. All the 10 toes niggas like my twin. Bro split the pack when he get it in. Shit doing backflips once again. I'ma keep flipping my packs getting hundred. If you talking money, we keeping it coming. Brody be chopping shit, really be gunning. He known to keep it shit like it's from Russians. He told a bitch that he looking for me. I'ma just keep a gun cause I ain't running. Pulling up on the street, I'm about to crush him. Say this beef in the air, nigga, you lunching. Niggas ain't even prepared, niggas just bluffing. Tryna bag me a nigga for touching my cousin. I'm faking like shit, he was clutching on nothing. I really seen shit that could put niggas under. Walk in the classroom, smelling like thunder. And this bitch tryna fuck, gave me more than her number. Ducking the feds, I ain't ducking no other. Pass me the ball and watch me hit the buzzer. Damn. Pass me the ball, watch me hit the buzzer. Me and bro solid, we ain't saying nothing. Niggas tipping like shit, I can't speak for the others. Niggas tipping like shit, I can't speak for the others. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, we're back, y'all. We're live, y'all. Just FYI, we're live. So we
Hi.
All right, welcome back to the Truth is Real podcast. This is episode 7. Actually, we're continuing over from episode 6, part 2. We had a topic we were talking about that everybody wanted to continue on talking about it, and I wanted to finish off. Angel, before you speak, let them know the topic real quick, and then speak on do you remember what you wanted to talk about?
What you bring to the table.
What you bring to the table.
Why are women?
And speak a little bit louder. To why the topic again? T, do you want to announce it again since you were the one that brought it up?
So basically, just why are women offended at the question of what do you bring to the table?
Yeah. And is there
Me
anything
personally,
that's being brought to the
I wouldn't be defended about that question because think about it, we all growing. And then when you meet that person that's right for you, they can also teach you things. So, and then think about it, if you have your own, like you said, you have your own money, your own everything. The other person might not have certain things, but you never know what that other person could end up getting. You know what I'm saying? So we working as a team, and that's the person that you really care about, right? Not somebody that you're not feeling. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I think, I know that I bring something to the table because everybody has somebody for somebody. And it's all in what the other person wants and all in what you want. And who you feeling, who you not feeling. So it's not about the money. It's about the love for sure.
Are you comfortable with having that conversation with your spouse? Or your lover or the person you bring into your life? Are you comfortable with saying, hey, this is what I bring, this is what you bring?
I mean, why am I about to... First of all, most people in general know what the other person brings to the table.
Exactly.
Because they know how you move, especially if they're with you every day. Especially if they know they can, oh, she's a go-getter. Oh, she's not even, oh, she's a good mother. Oh, she's a good sister,
These
brother.
are preliminary conversations. So
Yeah.
I think when at the point of spouse and mate, y'all have already made it past that point. to
Exactly.
But this
So-
is during the time of dating.
Right.
Like
beginners.
Exactly. Where
So
people have
that's
those
what I was trying to say.
conversations.
You never know. That person could teach you things too. So you don't never know what you're dealing with until you get further on and y'all get to talking about what we're going to do, what's set in the relationship. And I'm not going to never say that I'm not ready personally for that, because I could always end up getting something out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
So you're okay with that?
Yeah, so I'm okay with that question.
I don't like that question.
And I feel like, don't come at me.
Right.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. Don't come at me with that question.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
You don't
That
like the question.
question.
You don't like the question.
The question, the question is completely offensive, though. Like, what do you bring to the table? Like, what do you mean? Then don't talk to me.
tone of
If
it,
you
too.
think that I have to sit here and bring something to your table,
I'm just not
that
validating
is
you.
that your table is obviously broken. If you're sitting here asking me questions, don't. No,
What I get what
like
you're
then I'm
saying,
good.
too.
You know what?
The preliminary
You know what?
conversation to see what who
This-
you are, what
I mean,
you
I
bring.
You know
think-
what? The question is offensive because honestly, a real man is not going to sit here and ask a woman, "What do you bring to the table?"
That's
But
not- hold on,
a real
hold on.
man,
Facts.
a real man.
I think y'all- I
I'm
think-
speaking on
I
a
think
real
y'all
man, so I'm sorry if
I
you're
think
getting
y'all-
offended.
I think y'all not understand.
Yeah, of
No
why
one-
we
no
got
one was
offended.
asking you guys.
Of why we
no
got
one was
offended.
saying that the
She
man
asked
sitting here and
why.
saying specifically to you, what do you bring to the table? We were just asking you
I
guys
am the
that.
table.
That
No,
question offensive?
but she no, pause. She asked if when that question is asked,
Do you
why
get
do you get
offended?
offensive?
Right, that was a question.
So that is a question. So if a man was
You
to
asked
ask
why they
me,
got offended on the show, right?
no,
On the show.
she's saying, why do you get offended when somebody asks
Would
you
that
the
offend you?
question?
Yeah.
And that's how she feels.
She's asking
So my
Yes.
question to you is that this is the thing. When we were asked the question, we're asking.
See,
a
why are you
question
asking the question? What do you bring to the table,
We don't
Vedo?
ask
The
the question.
table. We bring the table.
What do you bring
We
to the
already
table?
talked already.
It's
numerous
always
times.
always
As a
men
man,
that
we
bring
supposed
nothing to
to
the
bring the-
table that
As a
always
man,
ask
we're
the
supposed to
fucking
bring the
question.
table.
Because a real man that's balling, that knows that he got his woman, doesn't ask, what do you bring to the
As a
table?
man,
Because
as
at
a
the end of the
man.
day, regardless of where this woman is at, if he loves her, he's gonna help her
But that
and
wasn't
support
the
her.
question.
No, the question was, why do you get offended when a man asks you,
No,
what do you
when
bring to the
anyone-
table?
when a woman- when anyone
no, she's
asks.
asking. She
Yeah,
said
she said
that
anyone,
She
right?
said that she watched our podcast and she said
Do y'all know
that
what
she
this is
saw
based
all
off
of our
of?
faces.
Do y'all
Okay,
forget the topics we were
so
talking
I'm
about when
speaking
this was
on
brought
my
up? You
opinion.
guys are already
I'm
telling us.
speaking on my
Okay, hold on,
opinion.
okay.
And if a man is sitting here asking me that question, it's because you ain't got shit.
Right. Okay, but at the end of the day, do you guys know? Hold on. Okay,
That's
we're
my
gonna talk
opinion.
one at a time real quick. You guys are just talking, just to be
bell
talking right now. And y'all not even like, y'all changing.
Because ballers don't ask
If
me
we're
that
gonna
shit.
change what we're talking about, then there's no use in having the show. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What we first of all, you guys depicted to us numerous times what a man had to do for you guys. So finally, hold on.
She's going off. We're going off of her question. Why are we going back on what you're talking about?
She's going off with the show. You said
But she's going off of why do women get offended?
Yes, but
That
she's
was the
going-
question.
but she-
Yes, so
that
why
was
are
the
you
question,
going
but
off
that's
of
not
other
what the show
stuff?
is about.
That's
The
not what
reaction
we're
wasn't from
asking.
that.
All right,
That's
you guys,
not
bring
what
it
we're
down.
asking.
Guys,
So
let her
One at a
clarify
time.
what she was asking.
Let
T, can you please clarify?
Because
Let's get T to clarify. Let's get T to
Let me
clarify.
talk. Hold on. Let me talk. Because you guys are just talking.
Stop making it your agenda, Vedo.
Because no, it's not my agenda. Because she's going off.
The truth is real.
She's going off the show from last time. It's a recorded show, right? It's on YouTube, right? Am I right or wrong? It's on YouTube. She went off the reactions from the women from the show, right or wrong? Right or wrong?
That's what you just
Did you go off the reaction? Did you say the reaction from the women from the show?
So no, guys, I'm so sorry. But what I was saying was that I have actually been in a place where this topic
She
came.
said
It wasn't
people.
about this show.
Right. Okay. So
And I
at the
was
end of the
just-
day,
when I
we
saw-
never
Getting offended for no reason.
We never said that a man comes to you and says, "What makes you wife?" or "What do you bring to the table?" We never
None of
said
this
that.
was the question.
We were asking you guys in general, having a conversation, since you
Why
guys
is that
depicted men had to do this, men had to do that, men had to do this.
This
We
is not
said-
what T is
Let me-
asking, though.
I understand.
The
I'm talking
question
about-
wasn't about
I'm
all
talking
this
about the
extra
question
stuff.
that we presented.
That's not what
to
she's
the
asking, though.
situation.
That wasn't the question.
So my question to you is that even when you say why people ask you that, would you say your boyfriend asked you that or somebody trying to get with
Yeah,
you?
so basically
audience of
this
women.
was
She
just
just
like
said in general.
mainly in this particular scenario, this was really like people dating. And if a guy
The
asks a
beginning
woman
stages.
that the
Why the
response
girls
from
are
the women, there were probably about 5 or 6 women, they were like,
They
nigga,
get
like I
mad.
am the
Yeah,
table.
they
I
get
am da, da,
mad.
da. They were
Wow.
getting
Yeah.
so that was my response. And without saying all of that, like the the three of you were like, yeah, I do get offended. So you do get offended by that.
And I don't
then
understand
wanna
why
get
he's
your
going to
response.
sit here and
Why
bring up
do
the
you-
last.
What is your response when
All
somebody
right,
I just
asks you
said
that?
what
You
I
feel like
said.
you
I'm
are-
gonna give you my response, boo. I get offended just because I feel like you're wanting me to prove myself to you. So
But you have
I don't have to prove my baby. I don't have to prove myself to nobody.
Wait. Pause. This is
talking about?
pause. This is the problem of like what I just said when I stated it. A real man that is okay with that is built and he's good with
agree with her
himself
100%.
and he's ready to build this family and build
But
whatever.
I'ma get to
Pause.
you.
And he's ready to build whatever with whoever because he's an established man. He's not gonna sit here and ask a woman what does she bring to the table
not gonna
when
let her just take
pause.
it.
You're not letting me speak. You guys aren't letting me speak. She wouldn't, like, at the end of the day, this man is not going to sit here and if this is the woman that he likes and this is the woman that he's attracted to and pursuing, that key word, he's pursuing her. He's not going to sit here and ask her, what do you bring to the table? He's going to sit here and say, so then good, and that's you. And then maybe, then that's why, look, at the end of the day, some men are ready for relationships and some men are not. Some men want to go 50-50 and some
not
women
about
allow
50-50,
that.
it's
Some
what
women,
is gonna
no,
offer.
look,
What
at the
is
end of the
it
day,
gonna
what I'm
offer in a
trying to
relationship?
no, okay, now, because now you're making me drift off.
No, but we hear you. We hear you loud and clear.
What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, a real man is not going to sit here and ask a woman, what does she bring to the table? Because at the end of the day, that's the part of getting to know somebody.
Okay,
You're going to
so
go
that's
to their
Kim's
home,
opinion.
you're going to see what they have, you're going to see what they live, and you're going to see their environment.
You're right. He might not ask that, but in the back of his head, if you don't think
wants
that-
to bring it to the
that's what he's supposed to do.
And vice versa. And a woman is always,
Well, let's just go around.
and the women do the same thing.
Disrespectfully, let's just.
Women do the same thing. What do you all bring to the table?
Yes,
on
boo,
so
yes.
what you
Okay,
feel
so
about that?
This is what I feel. I don't have to prove myself to anybody ever in my life. I don't care if it's a man, a girl, a goat, a cow. I'm not proving myself to nobody. But at the end of the day, I do understand that when you're entering a relationship, you do want to know what that person has. You know what I'm saying? But that comes in time. For when you're dating and somebody's just like, yo, what do you bring to the table? It becomes offensive to me because I have had that question asked me before, and I know what I bring to the table, and I just feel like get to know me. Or know my worth, and then the answer would be obvious. You feel me?
That's not
So
It's not obvious. No, well, let's just go around. So it's on you. It's on you. So
It's not obvious for him.
hear you loud and clear.
Never
Hear you loud and
obvious.
clear.
Never.
And then
You don't
now
look at him and say
your
it's obvious.
opportunity.
Never.
What do you?
I mean,
Vedo,
what do
ever.
you
You
feel?
don't. It's not
I don't think I
obvious.
necessarily get
You double check everything
offended
that dude's doing.
because, like, me personally, when I'm getting to know somebody, I'm nosy. Like, I like to get down. I ask
You check
every
their
question.
background online?
I sure do. I MDK search,
Y'all do it
especially
all the
if you
time.
out in
Females do it
Maryland.
all the
Yes,
time. Google your name.
I'm doing
I don't
all
know
of
my
that.
real name.
But like
I didn't know what you
I
doing,
like
I wouldn't be
asking
talking to
those
you.
preliminary questions, whether it's basic stuff like about your hygiene or how you keep. Like, I feel like all of that. Not necessarily. 'Cause my biggest pet peeve is dry toothpaste in the sink, and I wouldn't know that until it got
What?
What's your
dry
biggest
toothpaste in
Or
the sink.
hair,
dry
or
toothpaste?
yeah.
That turns her off.
And I wouldn't know
Right, that
that
turns
Girl, they'll be-
unless
You hang around that
house to the
person.
house.
Yeah.
But
And that's part of what you bring to the table.
And
It is.
exactly,
It is.
but that's
part
what I
of
was
it.
trying to like when she was
Exactly.
explaining it. I'm like, she needs it. Like, it's a
Exactly.
well-rounded thing because it's also what you bring to the table, but also what you come with.
Exactly.
Which could mean the baggage. It could mean crazy mama,
And are
baby
you
mama,
willing to
the
crazy
table,
family.
you bring your shit to
Halfway,
the
are we
table.
willing to
Exactly.
meet each other?
So I don't necessarily get offended because
Exactly.
I know I'm self-aware. Yeah, I got hella shit going on. So look, I come with a lot of stuff. I got crazy stuff going on. I got life, school, and all of this. But I still feel like, as far as bringing it to the table, I feel like, okay, I have a steady job. I'm able to support myself. Okay, what's next? What other
Exactly.
questions
But that's what I'm
do
saying.
you
It's
have?
usually men that don't got it that ask that
Well,
shit.
that's
That's what I'm saying. A real man, like a real man.
Yeah,
Well,
they're all
a real,
like
yeah, you can sit here. Yeah, but you can sit here and think that in the back of your head. But a real man is gonna want to get to know you, and he's not gonna sit here and verbally ask you that damn question. Let me. It's okay that he thinks about it, but he'll get to know you. But he'll get to know you first.
For personally,
He'll know-
I'm
he'll
not
get to
wasting
know
my
you.
time with you if
He'll
you
get
don't
to
meet
know
the
you.
minimum requirements.
Exactly.
If you don't, I need to understand who you are, and I'm toning my voice down. But let me tell you,
Down
I've
to the dry
dated
toothpaste.
very alpha My ex was a very alpha, determined man, no kids, very successful, and we had these flat out conversations. It's like before I even let you see where my house is, before I even let you.
Exactly.
But hold on.
Talk
No.
about
But I love conversation.
Correct.
So I'm not intimidated. I know what I bring.
Yes.
Right.
Let's have this conversation. It's just
Correct.
like going to negotiate for a house or anything. Oh, okay. It was very easy. We were on a boat. Let's talk. We were on a boat chilling, and he's just like, I'm very protective of my space and who I allow in it. So he's just like, I want to understand who you are as a person. Nigga, I want to understand who you are as a person
like
too.
that.
Because I'm as
correct.
protective. So for me, it's not offensive because I'm just as protective.
But you don't ask it that way.
You know where I live.
It's a way you ask.
Okay,
You can ask it. Yeah, I don't ask it that way. I sit here and say like, so what? How many degrees? What school did you go to? What's your, what do you do for a living? That's how you ask. But you don't sit here. You don't sit here and ask me. So what do you bring to the table?
I get it. And I feel like that's why I get offended. It's almost like
It's
being
the way
judged.
that you ask.
That's
so,
true.
so what I'm saying, I get offended by that question. What do you bring to the table?
The type-
Because the way that you're sitting, the approach. That's to me. To me, that's an uneducated man. To me, that's an uneducated man. Because I will find all that out with our first conversation of a date. You get what I'm saying? But you don't sit here and ask me what do you bring to the no.
Approach me
Uneducated
differently.
man.
Approach me differently.
Pause. Back the frick
I don't
up.
wanna feel judged.
That's not how you speak to me. Now, if you want to get to know me, you say, "Hey, babe. So, like, what do you do for a living?" Or, "So how? What are you ask in-depth questions to get to know somebody. You don't sit here and just ask somebody, "Oh, so what do you do for a or what do you bring to the table?" You don't sit here and ask that. Like, that's not how you.
The question in itself is offensive.
Yeah, the question in itself is offensive because that's not how you get to know somebody. You sit here and get to know somebody over the first conversation. You find that out. You find that out. You find that out. Conversating with a person. In itself, you don't need to ask. You don't need to ask. You don't need to ask that question in that derogatory manner. You need to sit here. You need to sit here.
At the end of the day,
girl, if somebody sat here and asked you, so why don't you got kids?
No.
So why don't you? That's how they say. So why are you single? So if you're so perfect, why are you single?
I'm not perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect.
Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's the way that people sit here and ask the question.
And I agree.
So why are you sitting here saying no?
And I agree.
It's the way that people sit here and ask you questions and the manner that they speak to you. That's my problem. That's my problem. That question is so demanding and so entitled. It's so entitled. Like, who are you to be speaking to me in that manner? I just met you. It's about the approach. Exactly. I just sat here.
Like the question.
The way that you speak on it.
What were you going to say? You were going to say that what?
Respectfully with Kim, you definitely get to feel that way. I'm looking at it from a different point of view. You're absolutely right. For me, and the audience isn't going to like what I have to say, I feel like if you have an issue with that question, then it's something you have to question within yourself. And I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman. Exactly. You're insecure within that question because you don't know what you bring to that table. If the question comes about what do you bring to the table, that means we must be serious now. He must want to know what's going on with me. And I want to know what's going on with him. And I want to know it's the time to talk. And time to see where we're going to meet each other halfway, because I'm not where I'm at, Lady T. I'm not really willing to meet anybody where they are, but I'm definitely willing to meet you halfway. So I have no issue with
you know
that
what?
question, and I feel
I'm
like
sorry,
if you
sister,
do-
cut you off,
Yeah,
but
go ahead,
to
definitely.
even for me, if I got to even ask you that question,
Not gonna deal with
I don't want to deal with you.
Exactly.
So goodbye.
Exactly.
I'm not even dealing with it. I'm not even dealing with it.
I was gonna
Not
ask
dealing
you,
with
so
it.
when you're saying, like, if you asking that question, like, that means we're getting serious. So when do you really, I guess, when is the good, not a good
When
time,
am I
but
offended?
yes, yeah. When do you get offended if you just ask
Read
that?
the room. Read the room, mother. Read the room. Read the room. If you're asking me on some, listen, read the room. If we're on some, hey, I want you to be my girl, and this is what I bring, and I'm X, Y, and Z, and this is a conversation that we're having, then boom. But if we out and about, and you like, yo, shorty, what you bring to the table? Nigga, I bring these. How about these nuts? Keep it moving.
Well, yeah, the
That's how
approach is
I feel.
important. That's
So
what
it's
Kim
always
said.
the approach. It's
But
always
let's
about
be-
it's always about
See, let's be very realistic. Let's be very realistic.
Right, she's saying the timing is not
When
right.
you meet a person, you
it.
don't know what they bring, and that is the interaction. You're trying to understand how you all connect.
But if it gets
So whether they are very direct or if they are willing to waste their time to invest in you, then that is on you. So you can have a person, as a matter of fact, a person can look good on the outside and that shit be
all
rotten
effed
on
up
the inside. A person can look like $1 million. Let's be real. On IG, it's all about Gucci and Prada and all of that other shit. And this nigga don't have not one investment, nothing in his name, nothing. So I can't assume that because you look a certain way that means that you are a certain way.
Correct.
I need to have a conversation to understand where this is coming from. So I'm okay with the conversation. I'm okay with any conversation. If you're like, let's discuss, I cannot get offended. Why am I offended by a conversation?
Let me ask something. Hold on, let me ask a question.
Why are you offended by my standards?
Oh, so when y'all meet a man, he subconsciously already got to prove himself in certain type ways to deal with y'all. Yes. Okay.
It depends on what that man is.
Most of the time,
that's not even true.
No.
What'd you say,
I'm super
when
nice
y'all
to
meet a
everybody.
man,
No,
he
I'm
subconsciously
nice to
got to prove himself to y'all, whether he know or not.
He doesn't have to do shit.
For y'all to deal with him.
I deal with him if I don't know
deal
what he
with
comes
him?
with.
Exactly. So why can't we
I
just?
want friends.
Okay, most women
And he's
ain't.
not gonna deal with me if he don't know what I come with.
That's a wait. Hold on. That's a fact. But most women ain't gonna do most things when you're just dating. So how do we ask that? How do we come across knowing you're not gonna cook for a nigga that you don't deal with? You're not gonna
most stuff
I do.
to make a man.
How we know up front? How we know what you bringing to the table?
Y'all are looking for receiving. Y'all not looking for giving.
To give. We not finna just let y'all take.
Most times.
I'm looking for a goddamn friend. That's it. Like, can I just have a friend? That's it.
I wanted to make an example.
It's not.
A baller friend.
Example as of yesterday. I did an event.
Go ahead.
When this question comes in my mind,
Okay, go ahead.
when this question comes in my mind, so we did an event for this guy. He got this big ass house, bachelor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else married on the block. So if he was to ask me this question, you know what I'm gonna respond back to him?
You gonna ask him?
You gonna answer it.
You have all this money,
Where your
big
wife?
ass house, bachelor. Why do you have a wife?
You gonna ask
So
him?
it's something in between. It's something with you.
A question with the
Don't
question.
ask me no question.
A question with the
You
question.
already set in life,
Right.
and you don't have a wife.
But there's a lot
You don't
of
have a
people
family.
in
You
that
don't even have a kid.
situation. That's the thing. But
That's all I wanted to
But you
say.
see how you see that. Did you see how you see that and you analyze that? You analyze a man that obviously is successful, right? Probably makes pretty good money,
Right.
but by himself. Why is that
Yeah, it's
happen
weird.
so many
If
times?
I was
but it's not
successful,
weird
I'd
because
be
it
buying
happens
on my
so many
own.
times.
Facts.
There's so many men that are successful with money by themselves.
Because they're whores.
But the question is, a lot of
Why is it
women,
always the man,
but women
though?
want that type of man.
Why is it always the
Fucking
man?
whore.
What if he ain't find What if he ain't find wifey? Why is always the man?
Or his criteria could be here. So that's what I was gonna say.
His standards are too high.
There are some sorry men. There
Yeah.
are. But there are some men, I swear to goodness,
There's just men all over the spectrum,
there are some
okay?
men who
It's
have
just-
standards.
Right.
There are some men
Right.
who were like, nah, like I went
Not
all
going
this
for that.
time without no kids because I did this intentionally.
Exactly.
I went all this time. I had a plan.
that's a
I did this intentionally. So before I let anything in my space, I'm not wifing anything. Like you gotta
child
meet a
support.
certain standard in order for
Like
me.
this
So
dude
it
with
doesn't
this
mean
buddy.
it doesn't mean that you have to be like
it could be an insecure man
the
too.
Rick Ross.
It could be
It's
a
all
man that
about-
wears
it's
condoms
not-
and pulls out. Like,
Right, it could be a lot of different
It could be
reasons. But real
insecure
quick,
women.
I don't want to keep on this topic, but I do have I want to put something out there. I want to hear you guys' views on this. What happened if, let's say, a law was passed that when it came to marriage or dating, you had to only date the people that are in your tax income
Bracket.
They're not gonna do that.
exactly.
Do you think there would be more? Do you think there would be more successful
Yes.
marriages and relationships if
Yes.
you only could choose?
I think there'd be
In your
colonies.
tax
Within what
bracket.
you bring in, within that 5
Yes.
to 10,000
Yes.
of what you brought
Honestly,
in.
I love that.
Just
I
because you're
love
in the same
that.
tax bracket doesn't mean you're
I'm just asking you
compatible.
a question.
No.
There's a lot of people in that tax bracket with you, so just because that person ain't compatible,
Just
doesn't mean
because you're
that
in the same
person
tax
ain't
bracket doesn't
I
mean you're compatible.
personally
Still got choices.
There'd
would
be a
love
lot of
that.
colonies and utopias.
I would love that. I would personally love that because
you're in the same tax
I would
bracket.
love that. I would love that because it would personally humble a lot of people. I love that because it would make people actually want to go and work harder and do better and be better. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can only sit here and scrub the ground, Like, you know, I wish that it would really be like that. People would work harder. People would want to do better. People would want to be better. You know, it would change a lot of situations and a lot of unnecessary, unwanted drama.
It would change something. It would be interesting.
It would change some things.
It would be better.
It would be interesting.
I think it's for the best.
Just because you're in the same tax bracket doesn't mean you will like the
That's
person.
not what I'm saying.
It doesn't mean that you would like the person. No, if you can only date within your tax
You got
bracket.
millions of people to pick from.
There's millions of people to pick from. But you gotta, if you only make $20K a year, you can only date a man that makes $20K a year. You get what I'm saying? And that's beautiful. That's how it should be.
Income, or we talking just
we could say gross.
Whatever.
Net, gross, whatever.
Like
if your salary is $50,000, that means you can't mess with a man between $40,000 and $50,000.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want a man at $60,000, you need.
I like lady. Not lady T.
Exactly.
See, you over there looking like you got something to say.
I
agree
with background, and that's the thing. Like, so here's the thing: that all income isn't reportable.
That's what. Yeah, that's
you
what I
can
meant.
be a hairstylist that doesn't have reportable income, and from a tax perspective, you have. Well, no. So here's
y'all
the thing.
No.
So I won't. It's very relevant because I can make a whole bunch of money and claim $5,000 from a tax bracket. Okay, so money
you can hustle and sell all day till the tax man come get you.
Money in the pocket. Should you only date people within your tax bracket?
Good question.
It is a good question. That's just like talking about dating like-minded people.
Yeah.
So it goes beyond just. So I don't know. Let me ponder.
Do you think it'd be more successful?
Yeah, you do kind of have to ponder on it.
No, I don't think that plays into the success
you don't
of
think
marriage.
that money really plays into a situation where you guys think that money, financial.
Correct.
Yo, what's wrong with the world today?
And this goes back into when a man asks you, what do you bring to the table? So yes, if I want to make the same amount as my man, or if I reach a certain type of level and I don't want to date anyone under, like, I completely get it. I feel like it would make life and drama so much easier, because at the end of the day, it'll make a lot of lazy women want to work harder. It would make a lot of lazy men, or you're correct, or a lot of lazy men if they can't achieve the type of woman that they want.
You work for what you get. You work for what you
Exactly.
get. You don't work hard, you don't get the prop top.
And that's how it should be. But for men, that's already how it is. If you guys don't work and make a certain type of, you can't pull nothing.
It's already like that for us.
You can't pull nothing because you guys are providers. But you're a provider.
A man is a provider.
Y'all change your mindset.
But I'm trying to speak without talking over everybody.
African American men are going to be short.
Hold on. Women who make more than men act different, Tiana.
I don't, Vedo.
I'm not. Do you make $100,000, $4,000 a year? I don't know. I'm asking you. Do you have a dude that makes $50,000?
Let me be
Be
clear.
truthful. Let's keep a real conversation.
I have dated all types of tax brackets. I'm very known. Basketball, football, whatever. But it's the person who has the lowest tax brackets that actually relates to me. That's willing to meet me halfway.
What's your tax bracket, though? Maybe that's because you should be in that tax bracket with them. You're going for millionaires. You're not a millionaire tax bracket. That's what we're saying.
Oh, no, the millionaire's going for me.
Anyway, let's make a difference. You just answered the question. You just said you relate to people that are not millionaires. That's what we're saying.
I relate to both. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me be clear then. For me, it doesn't matter what tax bracket you're in. I can relate to both.
Of course it doesn't matter to you.
Who's willing to meet me halfway and what can you bring to the
table? The dudes that you have more relationships with are probably the dudes that weren't millionaires. Why?
But that's what I'm saying.
Because y'all have more in common.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you date, that's what I'm saying is no. Okay, pause. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying is when you date out of your tax bracket, you're not used to a certain type of. So, for example, you're not used to a certain type of living. You're not used to a certain type of standard. You're like, for example, I can't sit here and conform to something that I was raised a different type of. So I'm used to certain type of
Kimmy, that's true.
So that's what I'm saying is I can't sit here and relate to somebody that is.
I won't entertain it though.
There's okay. So what I'm saying is.
I am too.
So what I'm saying is there's a certain type of lifestyle that I'm used to, and there's certain type of things that I will not allow, okay? So as a woman that I've been raised in a certain type of lifestyle, when I sit here and there's things that I do not allow, and that's point blank, period.
You just said something. You said
and not even that, it's just...
You said race.
Tax bracket. It's tax bracket. It's classism. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if you've never been and you can't relate, then we have nothing in common.
Can I make one point real quick? I know it's her turn real quick. It's funny that you said that because a lot of the world today, I've been having this conversation. I don't feel like a lot of the world is necessarily racist. I feel like they're prejudiced with class, and that's funny that you just said that. Classist.
Yes.
Yeah, and just to bring up that,
that's a big thing.
And I respect that because you're absolutely
is a really
right.
big thing.
But
I will entertain it, but do I relate to it always? Not really. So
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
So I'm still trying to find love too.
Right, I know, baby. So that's what I'm saying is that when a man that's over here,
That's how it
exactly,
goes.
it will
That's how it
find
goes,
you.
Angel.
Because when a man is up here, his level and
you're right.
he's thinking a certain type of way. We can't. There's a lot of things that you like. A lot of people.
But without that man,
looking at his pockets. But it's just what I'm saying is like. You might not have a lot of things in common. Like you might not know or just.
But Kim, you used to like. All right, go ahead, Angel.
Waiting to say something. I don't want to keep on. You still remember?
But y'all forgot what I said. I said
You could build with a dude.
what if you get with somebody and y'all work together and they might end up being better than you.
That's
right.
so too.
But once you lock in that marriage, it'll make a difference how much they make.
That's
after that.
But do you think? Angel? But do you think like that when you meet a dude?
When I'm meeting,
You don't think like that when you meet him. He got to be established in some
just
type of way.
know. Me personally, because I was raised
You don't think
around
about
real
building
men.
with him.
Yeah.
Real men. So I know what I want.
Nah, I was
But
gonna
it's
say
the
Kim.
motivation. You know what? At the end of the day, it's the first conversation, the initial conversation that you have with somebody. So what are your goals? What are your motivations? You can sense a man. You can sense a man. Yes.
Oh, this is what I
so what are your goals? So where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you doing right now to make yourself better?
See, but
John,
that's
what
right
are you
now.
doing? John,
See,
what
but
are
a
you doing
man-
right now to achieve your goals? What are your goals in the next 5 years?
See,
Right.
see, but
So
a
speak,
man.
John. No, because you have a lot to say. What are your goals in the next 5 years?
I don't think that far ahead.
So you see, so boom, you cannot sit here and ask a woman
I don't though.
what she brings to the table.
I take my day. I don't though. Hey, look, the way I live my life, tomorrow never promise. I take my shit day by day, step by step.
Me personally, I feel like I've been.
That's how I live my life.
Getting
Okay,
it.
so what do you have to say, John? The ladies have spoken. What do you have to say, John?
Move this along.
No, I was just gonna reply to what Kim said when she said, she used to a certain type of lifestyle and she's not gonna accept certain things. Can that be obtained without the man there though? Like, is that the type of lifestyle that you're living?
That's why I'm working. No. That's why I just said that I'm not ready for dating, and I said that I'm building myself to be my multi-million dollar woman that I'm working hard to be.
But you know what? Men have said this. They said.
So
why females, they want them to go buy them a fucking Chanel bag, but they don't have fucking Chanel money in their fucking account.
So here's the thing. One of the biggest things that we have to take into consideration.
You want a house, bitch, and you don't got a house. You don't got a
But then they're gonna do like they ain't going to Milwaukee. They're gonna do like he ain't got design on.
Exactly.
With all his bills paid, he got his shit and everything. That's what I'm trying to say.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about society. One of the biggest factors that you all have not taken into consideration when it comes to classism and tax brackets, men are traditionally known to take care of women. So listen to me. Men, so society. So there's low context cultures and there's high context cultures. So the U.S., even when it comes to high context cultures, men are known to take care of women. So it doesn't matter. Providers. Providers means in our head, the translation is financial.
They don't make them here.
Listen to what I'm saying. And they do because I'm good. But here's the thing.
Out of the country.
This is what will play into the factor of dating inside of your tax bracket. Men, and I say this all the time, I know y'all don't like this, when it comes to sugar daddies and sugar babies, if you look at some of the richest men in the world, I saw this interview with this Asian guy who was a billionaire. He said, I don't need her to meet me mentally. I don't need her to meet me on any type of business level. I get that. I need her to be sexy.
Exactly.
That is her
Exactly.
role. So I am willing to pay for her to do her role. So aside from the different levels of tax, that is their relationship. That is their relationship. And I agree with that is their relationship. That is their. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Even if you look, listen. Let's go on to the next. Let's be real. Let's be real. Hold on. So let me say this. Even when it comes to Hugh Hefner,
if I make more
everybody
money
needs to understand.
Be replaceable.
No.
The fuck?
Everyone needs to understand the relationship and going in it and their expiration. Because even with Hugh Hefner, he had 21, 22, and 23-year-olds.
Can't talk at the same time.
So this is all I'm saying. Yes, we do have. Yes, you could date in your same tax bracket, but you also have to take in consideration the environmental and cultural factors. And one of the cultural factors for low context cultures is that women and men are used to being the provider. So men would date a woman at McDonald's. Nigga, I could be a millionaire and she's sexy. She's sexy as shit. I will take her out of McDonald's and I will wife her.
That's why people need to go to church.
See, I'm with you on that. I'm sorry. I'm with you on that.
She makes a good
Young,
point.
but at the end of the day, I don't see them saving nobody from McDonald's. I see them sitting here trying to save in the wrong situation.
Pamela Anderson.
All these people been divorced.
But look at her step up. Look at Kim Kardashian. All they had to be is hoes. Excuse me. Kim Kardashian, all she had to be is a hoe, and she's a billionaire. All Amber Rose had to be is a stripper.
Is she happy?
Is everybody happy?
No, I'm happy.
No, everybody not happy.
No, is she happy?
No, happiness, that's not the metric. That's not the metric.
I have a question then.
This is
And this question
But it's a lot of motherfuckers who are regular that
she's
are
with a whole new man. Hiding her
regular
life.
people, that's not the metric.
Everybody.
She had
Because you've been through everybody don't mean you can't find happiness. Are you done? Men be fucking 50,000 women and then find their love and then now you happy, please.
Question for the guys. So to piggyback off of this stuff, like if you meet a girl, would you invest in her as far?
If she's worth it, hell yeah.
Okay, so you would invest in her body, her whatever that she needs to level her up. That's something you.
Why you gotta search the body?
That go but that goes back to.
That's what she do you for her physical.
That's crazy. Y'all sound great. She do you for a living. That sounds crazy. That's crazy. But that's how bitches do. But that's crazy.
But could you afford to get her body?
I feel like
that's $12,000.
to answer that. To answer that question, I think that goes back to what you bring to the table.
Are we married?
And that's what I.
Are we married?
Let me know when Lady T can talk.
Cultures, because there are men.
Are we married?
No, but there's men out here that'll build.
So why do I have sex with you if we're not married?
There's men in the steps out here.
I don't give a damn.
We're not
What
married.
he should do is put her in a position.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Look,
You gotta be sitting with your body done and you ain't my child and not
you know
married?
what? Pause.
Bro.
Just like he said, are we not married? Yeah. How about we just all close our legs and wait until we're married?
That's good.
Girl, that's your advice every
Sound
Sunday.
good.
And I love it.
Because I keep telling you,
But it sounds good, though. But that's not real.
Close your legs.
So
sound
what?
good.
We're no man. Like I'm telling you, literally,
not real.
ladies, my whole
sound good.
motivation is to get your shit together. Close your
Why
legs.
do we care? That is their business, their opinion.
At all.
If you
Care
have
about
a
what?
sugar baby,
That's what he said. Did she? Did
This
she?
is their-
For me to do what I'm doing, did she have my baby? The fuck?
John made a good point. He said, "Well, beauty fades and this, that, third." And that's you know what I said. I said, but everything should be an investment if that's the case. Just like he's investing in her,
Which is
she
why
needs
I
to be
asked
investing
that.
in her damn
Yeah.
self. So when her beauty fades, she needs to have a retirement plan, just like a 401k, just like a regular
Where the beauty
job.
phase.
B.
Yeah,
No, we all just be
Right,
single.
Guess what, guys? There's There's such things as companionship. And guess what?
He will put her in a position to win because if he died today or tomorrow, she won't have shit.
That's what I said.
What are you talking about?
Kids are out on the
It's
street
all
homeless.
him.
Can you obtain it yourself?
That's you. I'm not
Even if she don't
saying
have
that.
So do you see why I
All
want to
the
be a
men-
boss?
What are we putting in the
Take care of
man?
my
not
body.
saying you.
Yeah,
Not saying
Because
you.
the way that men
Not saying
think
you.
is
I'm saying you.
useless.
She's saying that
Like you said,
you should always have.
I know.
You should be able to get it yourself.
Yeah.
If the nigga not there.
You know of all people, I'm motherfucking Lady T. Exactly. Thank you.
Now you
know
popping
of all
bottles in this bitch.
all people, I get it before
Popping bottles in this bitch.
I'm Lady T. I get it before any dude gets it. You know that about me first, sis. You didn't know me since you was like
gunshots
16.
off.
Excuse me. Are we still having the show?
Yeah.
You didn't know me
popping
since I was
bottles
16.
in this
You know how I get
bitch.
champagne. But at the
Hold on,
end of the
let her talk. Say what she gotta
at the
say.
end of the
Ain't about
day,
getting y'all. Yeah, I'm saying she's getting her money, but this is putting her in more position to win.
and I
if he
agree with
dies
that.
today or tomorrow, because you're not guaranteed.
I agree.
When
If your
she-
man
she
ain't
need
putting
to
you in
set
position to
herself
win, he
up.
don't care about
At
that.
all.
To set
He does not. He don't care about your
herself
family or
I was just
nothing.
about to say she better have a business.
up. Oh, you talking about?
But that's
Because
that's
if
why
sugar
I asked the
babies don't
question,
get
it's still
married
an
and they don't have
investment.
kids.
They don't want
So
to get
once that
married. They
nigga
don't have
dies
kids.
or once that man is gone,
you're married.
they have to figure it out again.
But they position
But
it
that's
so
the paperwork though.
Back to what I'm saying is, ladies, please get this shit on your own.
you should always get it on your own. We're in 2022.
Oh,
If
man.
y'all
but
ain't getting
don't
on your
even
own,
need no
then don't even
free
talk to us.
But a man is always.
But at the same time, a man's
Amen. Obviously, they ain't here. Obviously,
A
they're not
man
here.
should always be the head. I've been saying this every show. A man is the
This new
head. Woman
generation
is the tail.
is
I'm just who
different,
I am.
bro.
That's what I believe in. If my husband died today or
I
tomorrow,
mean,
will
this
I be able to take
generation
care of
is
myself?
not
Hell
different.
yeah.
What
If
the
something
heck?
happened to him and he couldn't take care of us and pay the bill, I know how to pay the bills. I know how to pay the mortgage. I know how to call a person.
Pause, wait,
I know
pause,
the bank account.
pause. John,
You will
how-
always know
John,
if a
how
man-
is this generation different when back
It's
in the
not you. I
generations
will
men
say
were providers?
Yeah.
Women sat in the house. So how now is
The
this
reason why
generation
is
different?
the reason why it's different now
How is this generation
because women ain't willing to sit in the fucking house no more. That's why it's different.
He's cursing.
Women.
Who?
Says women.
John,
but
I'm
that's
pretty
because they chose you
100 that
that
if you could provide for a woman,
She not gonna sit her
would
ass
sit
down.
her ass-
A woman not gonna sit her ass down.
Let me tell you this.
Well, the day that I find a man, a day. So, but I have though. So you can't sit here and say that's cap. I have.
A man
I
should
spent
be a
5
man.
years of my life in my home with a man that literally got nowhere in his life, and I sat her and said,
Don't cry
I
like
need to
me
go
last
get an
week, girl.
education. I need to go. No, I'm good. I learned from my mistakes. The heck, I learned that a man cannot sit here and do whatever. It's 2022, and these men
Honestly, you
only
know
make
what?
excuses.
I've always been the
And
one
that's
to
it.
push nigga to do more.
That's it.
Encourage him, right?
John, men
But
are
he
making a
definitely has to
I
come.
would sit in the house, but he
He
can't
gotta pay
take
the
care of me.
motherfucking condo.
Do you think it's
So,
Place I'm in.
Let me ask me.
All that type of shit.
So what the
Baby, I
heck?
was raised
That's why-
by
that's
real
why
women,
it's
real men.
culture.
That's what I was.
If he can't take care of me, why would I sit my ass down? If I'm sitting there going out every day, making money, if I'm going out every day, making money, and paying my own bills, and doing everything that I gotta do, and this man is bringing nothing to my table,
Facts.
bringing nothing to my
but a
table,
relationship-
why the hell am I gonna sit here and submit?
But a relationship is
But
more
then
than
he
just.
can't give me what I offer myself.
Okay, guys.
What are you talking
Okay, John.
about?
Yeah, we don't want
Let
to
him
make it a one-on-one
respond.
conversation.
When I'm sitting here,
Go ahead.
right?
No, I'm listening, I'm
What?
listening.
When I'm sitting here doing more and above, and I make my own, and I'm good. Why am I gonna sit here and settle for a man that cannot do for me what I do already for myself?
Nobody's
No,
saying you
please.
should.
No, that is what you're saying. You've been
No, that's
saying
not
this
what I'm
the
saying.
whole
I'm
freaking
saying
time.
what I'm saying is if
You're
a man
saying
do
this
come
whole-
if a man do come along and he can take care of you, most women still not willing to sit their ass in the house and be a housewife.
Well, I don't
Most
know
women
about
is
that.
not willing to do that. That's
no.
the generation.
Okay,
Okay, let me
that's
just respond
great.
to this
I
real
don't
quick.
know.
Let me respond
If
to this.
my man is taking care of
have
me,
no
I'm sitting in the house.
interest in anyone taking care of
Yeah,
me.
that too.
Let me say
But
this.
that's different. That's the
It's-
different. That's why this generation
I
is different.
am my own person. If this person left today or tomorrow,
Do what you
I
do
need
still.
to be able to sustain my life.
agree.
I need to be
But
able.
back
If you
in
have
the day,
children,
it
I need to
wasn't
be
like
able.
that.
So personally, let's just say, because I always contemplate this. Like for some of the richest people, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, what the fuck do they offer each other? No, but hold on, John. Let's not go there. But listen to what I'm saying. How do you give the richest of rich when money is not an object? How do you please a person? Money cannot be everything. Now we are both equal. Money is not an object. Do I like you? What do you bring to satisfy me? So let me say this. So for me personally, even if I were with the richest person in the world, I would have my own endeavors. I would have my own endeavors.
Wait, but
I'm doing real estate.
Let me ask you something though.
I'm not worried about what a man has to offer me. I am my own individual. Where if you know T, if you know the history of me, it doesn't matter. I have my own interest. It's okay for me to pursue my interest as an individual, and you as a man, you pursue your interest as an individual, and together, guess what? We Michelle and Barack, bitch. Exactly. Like both of us rocking. I have no interest in who I'm needy. What do you bring? Oh my God, help me. No, I'm doing my own thing. I have my own interest. Even if the shit don't go nowhere. If I launch a makeup line, I have so many alphabets. Fuck them alphabets. The shit didn't have to go nowhere. I was interested. I pursued that because that's what my heart is. So I'm not in this world living for someone to compliment me or to make me who I am. I am substantiated all of myself. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry.
And speaking as a woman, girl, speaking on top of that, that's why I'm saying that I'm trying to build myself, because you know what? I want to be with somebody that I'm physically attracted to, that is my best friend. And guess what? Like I said, if he's a personal trainer, then let him be a personal trainer. But guess what? I got us. Like, I'm fine. This is why I'm building myself to be with whoever the fuck I want to be with. I don't need to sit here and be like,
10,000.
They can make, and I'm good. Look, that's why I'm trying to be where I'm trying to be at. You get what I'm saying? Where I want to be with somebody that I am genuinely happy with. If he wants to be the stay-at-home dad, then baby, let's have 5 children. You get what I'm saying? But I'm building because I want to be with the good-looking, something that I'm attracted to. Like, just something. I just want something that I just want. And to find something that I just want, I need to be myself. Jay-Z.
Wait a minute. I got my own. Hold up.
You know, Beyonce's the best.
I got my own everything, but spoil me. I'm sorry. That's just it. I got my own everything, but I want to be spoiled.
If a nigga can't take care of me,
I want to be spoiled. Because, you know, I worked so hard for a long time.
I want to be to the point where I could gift my man.
And then they talking about establishing themselves. When you need a nigga, you moving in with him. We don't give a fuck what you got. That shit don't matter.
Man, niggas move in with girls nowadays.
Yeah, I'm not moving in with no man.
It's the man that be moving
none of that shit matter. You're not finna spend your money on me. Don't none of that shit matter. It don't matter.
Shout out to my ex.
Bitches be tripping.
Look, I literally just totaled my car on Monday and bought a new car on Friday.
Like,
paid off cash.
I'd rather go get it myself.
Exactly.
Because I feel
Paid
like
off
I don't feel like
cash.
hearing. I don't even want them to know my business. So
Like,
I just rather go do it myself.
Yeah, we had, we're gonna wrap this topic up real quick, but I got a quick question. We all been talking about relationships and a lot of crazy things in relationships. I'm gonna go around the room before we end this, and it sounds like for me, just this is a great ending question: is should you even get married nowadays?
Do you believe in marriage? Do you believe in marriage? That's a good question, Vedo.
I'm going to go ahead and start.
Do you believe in marriage?
I'm going to start. I do believe in marriage, okay? When you find your partner, your best friend, somebody that you want to build with, somebody that you want to continue to have children with, when you find the love of your life, I feel like a lot of people rush into it. I feel like society forces us to sit here and believe that marriage is what it's supposed to be or whatever. No, marriage, you can marry somebody at 40 and sit here and be really at that state of mind and ready. Marriage is about building. Marriage is about, this is my best friend. It's not about, ooh, let's have children or whatever. No, that's not marriage. Marriage is about, this is my best friend. This is my forever. Whatever we build together, it's together. The love that we have is together. Now, if we want to reproduce, That's because we're building out of the love that we have, and we come first. At the end of the day, him and I are everything. Like, kids grow up and they leave you, and they say, you know what? They choose their partner before they choose their parents. So, like, people also need to wake up on that and say, you know what? As long as I raised my child the good, the safe, the productive way, like I showed them and I taught them things, yeah, at the end of the day, your partner, your spouse, that's your number one. So marriage is a truth and a show that this is my number one, this is my man, we're building, this is forever. Yes, I am, it is a yes. But we all also need to build and be where we need to be at before any of that.
I want to get married.
Yes.
You believe in marriage?
I want to get married, and he got to be vegan, though.
Okay, vegan, yes.
And you got to have a big... Okay, go ahead.
I'm in the middle. Like, I grew up in a 2-parent household, but then they ended up getting divorced, like, my senior year of high school. So that kind of, it changed my perspective. Right. But I guess I just want partnership, whether we put it on paper or not.
That's how I feel.
I want that shit on paper.
I'm saying
I'm really in...
Are you?
Yes,
I'm open
to
to
it.
I'm open to it. Yes, I'm open.
But you know, after living with somebody for X amount of years,
y'all already
married. So.
Come on, real quick. We got 1 minute.
Oh yes, I am. I'm definitely. I will get married again.
Do it again.
Yeah, I would do it again.
She said,
because
never again.
We know you. We know it. We already know.
Yeah. Okay, I would do it again.
We already been there.
I would do it again, but I would do it the right way.
Yes, you learn your lesson.
The right way.
Real quick, we got like 30 seconds.
For sure, I'm wifey material. Period. Point blank.
So you definitely. We already knew you would get married.
Of course.
We
already know you wifey. I love y'all for sure. No, definitely.
Nah, I believe traditional ways is out the window. So nah.
No marriage?
It's like I believe in marriage and shit, but it's more difficult than it was back in the day.
Getting married, John?
So yeah, nah.
Real quick, I've been engaged 3 times, had 3 opportunities, and I declined. I say no. I am scorned, and I am not interested in marriage.
The truth is real.
You know what? Let me just say something real quick. I'm in the construction industry during the day, and I see a lot of lonely men. And you know what? Honestly, they be really, really lonely. So
we're getting cut off. I'm down for marriage. We're going to end the show. Truth is Real, episode 6. Thank you guys for coming out. 7. I'm sorry, 7. Yeah. Thank everybody for coming out. See you next
Keep dissing on the ground, but in person, nigga, you know what's up. Niggas doing that cap, and I ain't gon' cap these boys be hoes for real. I be in them trenches with them savages, niggas know the deal. Don't tell me be cool and I'll start spazzing, I don't gotta chill. We be in them hardest 5% with them pros for real. I'm a dope boy, I never got a deal. Have a ticket, I know how I feel. Knockers came and they did a sweep, I stole everything they didn't find. You can even ask Trey Bo, he forgave me for a Betty Shane line. I was only like 14 with a Thunderbird, it was money green.